Hello everyone and welcome back to today's morning report on Thursday the 2nd of June with me, Richard Perry, market analyst at Antec Markets. Looking at this euro-dollar chart now, we're seeing the euro starting to turn around again. We've seen this this correction over the past sort of 4 weeks starting to unwind, and looking at the momentum indicators, that's coming through on the technicals, isn't it? You're seeing the stochastics turning higher. Could it be a similar sort of move to the one we saw in February? So you're starting to see traction on the upside on the stochastics, traction on the upside on the RSI as well, back above 40. Seems to be an interesting move. MACD lines coming together, not far from turning higher on the MACD histogram as well. So crossover looks to be imminent. Now the big resistance. I say big resistance. We've got a band of resistance, 1215 to 1245. 1215 being this reaction low we saw back in early May. Oh, sorry, that's not early May, that's late April. And that sort of coincided with the reaction high that we saw on the 26th. And it's just had a slight poke above that today, but come back into it. But that sort of is a pivot line, and up towards that and the reaction high at 1245 means there's around about sort of 30 ticks worth of resistance, and I think that is the key sort of turnaround point. If you see a move above 1245, that would be, I think, confirmation of an improvement in the euro, and we could start to see strengthening again. You've got this ECB meeting today, and it's possible that the ECB could be marginally positive, actually. Although Draghi is likely to continue to say that they're willing to do whatever it takes, blah blah blah. The improvement in the oil price will certainly play a part in the fact that it could start to build inflation once again. You've got the strength of the dollar, which has been far more a factor in recent months as well, and or weeks at least, and certainly the sort of expectations are that Draghi might not have to be so negative in the meeting this time around. So that might give the euro support, and that's one of the reasons I think why the euro is starting to strengthen today. The dollar weakness is coming through pretty much across the board on the forex majors, certainly on the key ones like the dollar yen and also the euro. And this means that the euro is testing this 1215 to 1245 resistance. Now, on the hourly chart, you can see this a bit better because throughout this whole sell-off, we've seen consistent runs lower, whereby you haven't really had this recovery. You've seen the turn higher. You've seen consistently the trading underneath all the moving averages pretty much. Now those moving averages, you're trading above that, and they're beginning to turn higher. You're getting more positively configured momentum, and I think this is beginning to turn into a bit of a recovery. So this big resistance of 1215 up towards 1245 is the key levels that you need to look out for. If I can get the crosshair on it, there you go. 1245, the reaction high from the 23rd of May. And once you get a move above that, you can start to really build the recovery, because you start to get a proper turnaround. So you'd start to think about whether that would be a sequence of higher lows being built. Well, you've already seen a breakout above this this minor high at 1173, and we could start to see that becomes sort of an area of support. So that's your first line of support. You've got further support back at 1145, but also the reaction lows, which were 1096. So around that 11 big figure level. So you're starting to see the support coming in. So you need to see a continuation of that move. I don't necessarily think that if you saw a move back below 1170, I think that would be a loss of impetus in the move, and I think that the bulls would lose control of the recovery. But I think if you can hold support above that, I think that you can start to look higher again, and the overhead resistance would come in. Now, as I said, you've got this ECB meeting today, so that's a big volatility event, likely to lead to see a pretty choppy move during the press conference today. So watch out for that at 1:30. But in front of that, certainly the euro is beginning to sort of turn around, and it'll be interesting to see if it continues that move through the ECB policy meeting today. So I wish you good luck in your trading today, and I will speak to you later then.